Hello readers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about Doing Harm by Parsons. This is a medical thriller. No, this is a great medical thriller. I've actually picked this up because Stephen King recommended it. I think it says something right here. Yeah, let me read that to you. Best medical thriller I've read in 25 years. Terrifying noir scenes? Yes. Characters with real texture. That's what Stephen King said about this book. Obviously, I had just had to pick it up and I was not disappointed. When I read it, I actually thought that the medical stuff was really well researched, and then I found out that the author, Kelly Parsons, is actually a surgeon. So it makes a lot of sense. I've read a review that said that it was a lot of, like, the medical procedures were really detailed, and also the tools that the doctors were using were really detailed. And I honestly think, here's the thing, yes they were, but also it was done in a really good way because we are reading from the perspective of Steve Mitchell, who is a resident. He's a senior resident in Boston University Hospital, and he's about to finish with his residency and he wants to get a job there. He wants to teach as well as to operate, so he's trying to make that happen when things start to go bad. So we follow his perspective, and the way that he talks about the tools and the way that he talks about the medical procedures and the operations in the OR are really interesting, because he's not just describing it as a textbook that you would read. He's like really putting a lot of personality into it, a lot of character into it. So when you are reading, it is necessary for you to understand what is going on, but also you get a lot of information on this character, who is he as a person. So we get a lot of this personality, a lot of not just him as a doctor, but a lot of why he is a doctor, why he loves to do this. So we get a lot of backstory in a way of this character. We really get to meet him. That's why Stephen King is so right in saying these characters have a lot of texture, all of these things that are also really important to get the story, because if you are not a doctor, sometimes they are talking about a tool and you're like, what the heck is that? And it's important to understand these things when you are reading it. So they explain it to you, but from the perspective of the main character, and they have so much in it that you really get all of this texture in the character, all of this background. You really get to know them, which is, I think, a really important thing with thrillers, because what is really scary is a lot of the times when you get to know the characters and then you see all of the stuff unraveling and all of the ugly things that are happening to them psychologically, obviously. So getting to know the characters before, I think, is really important in psychological thrillers, which this definitely is. If you're looking for a good thriller, I think this has everything that you need. I mean, there's doctors, there's a psychopath, there's people dying, and you don't understand at the beginning why, and then once you figure out what is going on, you're like, oh my god, how is this happening? It also gives you this sense of terror, like, could this actually happen in a hospital? Is this even possible? It's just a lot of things. I do actually think that people that are doctors, or anyone in the medicine field, I do think that they get like psychological test. If they don't, they totally should, because they also take oaths to like not harm a patient and use their knowledge to cure and to make humans feel better. But it's not the case in this book, because we have a sociopath. I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to ruin the surprise, definitely. But if you're looking for all of those things, you will definitely find them in this book. The OR scenes are terrifying, again, because we are following, or we are reading through the perspective of Steve, and he's a surgeon, so he really takes things to another level with the operating or the OR scenes, because you are totally understanding the way that he sees things, and just like the rush that doctors have as well when they are operating. It's interesting to read about, for sure. Kelly Parsons, completely recommend. This was great medical thriller. If any of these things are something that you're interested in, I would totally recommend it. We definitely have interesting characters, but they are not like so unbelievable that it feels like not a real thing. This definitely leaves you wondering, is this even possible? Like, could this happen? Because it is just so well written that it does leave you wondering with that sensation of like, kind of terror, kind of yeah, what a thriller should do. This is a phenomenal book. Completely recommend it. If you want to give it a read, you totally should. I think there's another novel by Kelly Parsons, which I'm really excited to read as well, because I definitely love this. I think it is called Under the Knife. I will pop it right here because I am not 100% sure, but I do really completely and absolutely recommend this. Also, it is very, very gripping. When you start reading, there's no going back. I do think that you have to push a little bit in the beginning because you're just getting to know the characters, which I also think is really important in thrillers. But once you've done with that, it gets really interesting, and then things start to go bad really fast. I mean, I think I was like 100 pages in, and they were, I think one patient was dead, the other one was like critically ill. You also see the mixture of, yes, there's someone manipulating the situation so that things go bad, but a lot of the decisions that this surgeon takes are bad, and things can go wrong really easily in the OR, or really easily just in general when you have all of this power and all of these decisions to make towards, you know, a human life, and just this quickly with one decision everything can go sideways and everything can go bad. Also, it's a really interesting topic in this book. So if any of those things sound interesting at all, you should totally read these. They are really well written. Again, I thought it was really well researched. No, he's actually a surgeon. It is really gripping, just fantastical medical thriller. I don't think I've ever read another medical thriller like this, because it is just so realistic, so terrifying, so well written, terrifying scenes at times, and also the psychology behind everything, and the topic of putting people that are just that, people. They're really smart, they have really great training, but they also make bad mistakes and things can go sideways. It's just a phenomenal read, and a lot of the time you're just, after you read it, you're just left with a ton of different mindsets and a lot of different things to just go over in your mind. And every single time I think you won't be looking at doctors the same way after you read this. That's what I'm gonna say about this phenomenal book. Absolutely amazing novel. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this. If you've read it, I want to know down in the comments down below your opinions, if you are thinking of reading it as well. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to get more book recommendations, reading vlogs, and just more book reviews in general. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay. Oh, just getting situated. Okay. This chair is squeaky. So obviously I had to pick it up. No. So as well as who is he as a doctor, and oh my gosh, nobody's gonna let me. Oigan, shh, estoy grabando. Qué amables son todos. That's why Stephen King, you definitely get that sense of, oh my god, is this, oh, there's dogs barking now, Jesus Christ. I can get through this. We're gonna let him finish then. What was I even saying? Oh, he's barking again. Why is this happening? There's just a lot of noise. I'm so sorry. But yeah.